banner, no nipples.
Yeah, they took away the nipples. They took away the Batman nipples. But you know what's worse? They didn't go with the direction that I suggested on Twitter, huh? Where I suggested they should give them the cod piece. Henry VIII style. My dad's like, that boy ain't right, but listen to me, Henry VIII style codpiece, huh? Because people won't shut up about Sisters of Battle still, with breastplates. So it's like, fuck it.
Too sexualized.
So it's like, fuck it. Give them the penis codpiece. I don't give a fuck. Do it.
One mark will be vehicle comprised of warrior women.
Hi friends, I'm LJ Jarvis, and welcome back to Lewis Jarvis Show.
Before we begin, let us thank you for clicking onto this video. If you'd like to see more videos like these, consider subscribing and hitting the bell button so you'll never miss an episode. Now, on with the show.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to On Air with Jarvis, the podcast of all things Warhammer and general stuff I find of interest. Join me today, the OG co-host of On Air, Hubrecht. How's it going, sir?
Hello, everyone. Hello, Lewis. I'm doing very, very well. How about you?
Well, I'm doing good. It's always good to have you back on the show, man. And yeah, looking back on it, it's pretty cool that years ago when we did the last church video, that would actually start something pretty cool with us,
Yeah, what Lewis is talking about, audience, is that we became friends. That's what he's talking about. I love you too, man.
What was that about? It's like, what he's talking about, friends. It's like, whoa. What kind of intro? Nice intro, buddy. It's like we're not live or anything. But yeah, it did start with something cool, like really cool, like almost unofficial official co-host for the channel, like how frequently you return to do podcast episodes,
It's always, it's always been a fun experience. It's always been like, I know that when you say, hey, you want to come onto the show, I know that.
I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
He has me locked up in a room. Please send help. I know that I'm going to have a great time, really, because let's just say we always have a very good laugh on these conversations.
Yeah, but the one thing I think about with that last church video is, Hubrecht, turn down your mic!
Yeah. To be fair, my mic I was using a worse mic that I'm using right now, so that's my defense in there. But yeah, recently these days I'm doing good. I actually primed the rest of the models from Skaventide, so that was really fun to do. I'm looking forward to painting the Skaven. Actually, the most recent Warhammer thing I've done is I found it's two things. First off, I found that a city near me actually has opened a hobby shop, and you have any idea how rare that is in my corner of the world.
Oh,
it's
that's cool.
A third-party store, right? One not endorsed by the big GW itself, but I need to support that place because it needs to survive. I need it to survive.
I get that because in where I lived, a hobby store opened up, and yeah, that place is awesome because they sell food and milkshakes too.
Oh, really? A friend of mine. It's funny. A friend of mine, when I kind of wants to do something like that here in town, but it's not tabletop wargaming hobby focus itself. It's more like board games and RPG, but kind of like the same concept.
Yeah, these guys are more like hobby focused, though. It's like they sell.
Right.
One of their major selling factors is Warhammer, so I think they used to be a comic book store, but I think they saw where the industry was going, and it's like, okay, Warhammer. that will bring in the incels.
Yeah. Hey, just to let you know, I actually take a shower.
Or it's like, I don't wallow about why no girl axes me out. It's like, and here I am walking around my school campus for 7 hours. Nothing happens. No girl approaches.
I'm a nice guy, but nobody notices.
I'm the supreme gentleman.
I'm gorgeous.
I still remember when you showed me that first video about Elliot Rodger, and I was like, "Who the hell is that guy?"
Yeah, the Monkey Jones stuff.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, the Monkey Jones stuff. Yeah, that was
Yes.
fun.
I didn't know he actually, wrote that whole manifesto thing, and I'm like, wait, is that real? I thought it was some sort of sketch or something. Because who writes something like that down and then fails to even, keep it PG, man, but
I have nothing to lose anymore. I have nothing to lose anymore. This is the last episode. It's kind of like an auto shop closing down, and they're like, okay,
fails to be, okay, you have nothing to lose.
Let me finish. It's like an auto shop closing, and they're like, okay, bikini car wash. We have nothing left to lose. Buy Wash Tires is a good show.
I will. Now that you mentioned the premise to me, I probably will. Oh, and just to let you know, girls do ask me out.
Oh, fuck. I'm the one who has to ask them out on day nights.
I have to ask them out too, but I know they show interest.
Actually, recently these days, I got some who are interested in me on dating apps, and it's like, oh, this is different.
Nah.
But enough incel talk.
Enough incel talk. I'm the supreme gentleman. Okay.
Let's cyberbully GW for a bit because I hate the new Blood Angels.
Oh, okay. Wait a moment. What were they thinking?
Nice crack, audio crack.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's like, what happened, guys?
And the worst part of all this is that two things. First off, they just revealed the new Kill Team edition,
yes,
which has new Bespit sculpts, and they look amazing, right?
It's like, I hate wasps, but I will get those.
Yeah, fucking wasps. I hate wasps. Wasps are the assholes of nature.
They're the crack cocaine girls on the streets that have missing teeth. And like, hey, babe, do you want your dick sucked? It's like, no, I'm good. Leave me alone.
Oh my god, yeah, like, wasps are everything bad about bees turned to 11, and they don't even have honey.
Again, crack cocaine girls, but anyways, what you were saying?
Yeah, I mean, first off, the faces of I think, you see, the whole Blood Angel refresh had good things and bad things. For example, the Astorath mini, awesome, amazing. You're like,
okay, it's fine. It's fine. It was fine. But buddy, it's like the Death Company. It's like, where's the drip? Where's the bling?
Yeah, the Death Company were really, really plain. And I mean, here's the thing. If you wanted to leave the Death Company as, something to be built out of an upgrade sprue, that's okay. That's actually doable.
Yes.
But make a better upgrade sprue.
It's like, where's the upgrades? It's like, these just look like, assault intercessors painted black with red X's. It's like, guys, the old models look gorgeous compared to them. What happened?
Yeah, like the Death Company is kind of like supposed to be, blinked out because they always are supposed to go down in a blaze of glory, essentially.
It's like, if you can take these guys and paint them to look like any other chapter, then you done fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like if they didn't do anything like this or anything special for Black Templars or Dark Angels, and you see them, it's like, these don't look like Dark Angels or Black Templars. These look like Ultramarines painted to be looking like Dark Angels or Black Templars. Gabriel was right. Gabriel Seth was right.
Yes, Gabriel Seth was right. Here's the thing. I actually commented on this. Like, how do you do the Black Templar and Dark Angel refresh that good? Like, everyone liked the Black Templar refresh, me most of all. Most people love the new Dark Angel stuff. Some people said that they didn't like it. Honestly, I do not see what's wrong with it. I know our resident Dark Angel Badger loved them. So I'll take that as an endorsement. But how do you do so well with them and do so bad by the Blood Angels?
Yeah, it's like the Sanguinary Priest looks really good. There was some hope in there, but seeing the new Sanguinary Guard, it's like, guys, this is beyond.
Oh my
you
god!
took away so much strip that they're drowning. It's like you took away their angel wings. You clipped the wings of angels. You clipped their wings.
The banner is now a little flag where it before was a big banner with big symbols and a lot of drip and no wings, no banner, no nipples.
Yeah, they took away the nipples. They took away the Batman nipples. But you know what's worse? They didn't go with the direction that I suggested on Twitter, huh? Where I suggested they should give them the cod piece. Henry VIII style. My dad's like, that boy ain't right, but listen to me, Henry VIII style cod piece, huh? Because people won't shut up about Citrus's battle still, with breastplates. So it's like, fuck it.
Too sexualized.
So it's like, fuck it, give them the penis cod piece. I don't give a fuck. Do it. Henry VIII.
It's amazing how they can sculpt the, boob armor well for women and not boob armor properly for men.
Exactly. They took away the what's it called? Shit, I ruined the joke, but whatever. But it's like, seriously, and they even took away number of units in this box. It used to be 5, now it's 3.
Oh my, that feels like they're just, they wouldn't.
Yeah,
they really cheaped out on them. It feels like that, like.
Boo you.
I want Sanguinary Guard. We have Sanguinary Guard at home.
And the Sanguinary Guard at home. And want me to talk about the face plating? Face plating looks like Twink Death.
They look derpy. They look so derpy.
The old Stormcast Eternals faces look much better than the new the new Blood Angels. It's like, guys, how the fuck do you do this?
And here's the worst part. Like, the Sanguinary God looks very similar to the your basic Liberator Stormcast.
The basic Liberator Stormcast these days looks much better.
Looks much better. And I'm here wondering, how can you do this so well with the new, Liberators, and you cannot apply the same thing to the Sanguinary God, and it's almost like someone in the 40k team is at war with people with musculata type of armor, because they took away that for Inquisitor Torquemada Cortez as well. He used to have this armor that was chiseled to look like muscles, and they took it away as well.
No, you want know what they did wrong? They took away the Catholic drip.
Yeah.
It's like they knew, and GW these days, they know Catholicism has the best drip when it comes to Christianity, right? And now that they took away some of that drip with the Blood Angels and Cortez, luckily they didn't do this for their Black Templars or sisters, like now they took away that drip. Now these look like lame ass American Protestant art. Huh? And if people in the audience try to justify Eastern Orthodox, that is blasphemy and heresy, because they broke away from the pontiff.
You can now, we're a real 40k podcast now. We just called something blasphemous and heretic. We're a real 40k podcast now. And I'm sorry, I would. And you would think, and the Sanguinal. You see, the Sanguinal
is Twink Death. That is Twink Death. It's horrible. It's a British twink reaching 30, and his face melts. It's like, holy fuck. Horrible Twink Death.
Here's the thing about the Sanguinal. Most of the mini is actually very well made, but the face is so derpy. And people have defended it like, they modeled it after Sanguinius's Sanguinius's, face after he got killed by Horus. And I'm like, okay, but there's a little problem with that. You see, the death mask of Sanguinius that the Sanguinor is using is supposed to be mask of sorrow. Sanguinius is crying. That's what it is. In contrast to Dante's, which is a death mask of Sanguinius, but enraged. But here's the thing. I look at that Sanguinor face, and I couldn't even begin to think that, he's supposed to be crying. Like, it feels like, the guy is choking on something.
It looks like a British guy in Parliament, like, talking about conservative values. Like, but I hate his wings. I hate the wings. They did that same thing with like Celestine, and it's like, I hate those wings. Look at Dresta in AOS, and she has real wings, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Let me tell you what, her wings are real.
Yeah, I know.
She didn't get any silicone wings. She has real, authentic wings, and it's like, God damn, girl.
I actually like Celestine's wings. I like that,
I hate those wings. I hate those wings.
And at first I didn't hate the Sanguinor's wings, but here I am thinking, you see, the Sanguinor is supposed to be a warp creature, right?
Yes.
So, like, they could at least gone a bit more creative, make them look halfway between metallic and halfway real. I don't know, anything really.
What's wrong with real angel wings? It's okay to give them real angel wings.
Okay, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that's a Sanguinius only thing. But yeah, I mean,
they are sons of Sanguinius, though.
Well, yeah.
Only the Sanguinary Guard can have fake metallic wings, but the Sanguinor should have had real wings. I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
I am angry.
Yeah, I'm angry too. Like, it's such a letdown. It's such a huge downgrade that I hope against hope, because I don't really think this is actually going to happen. But upon seeing the backlash, they'll put them back in the oven. I'm just coping. Really, it's just copium. To be honest,
I am really tempted to just buy the old Sanguinary Guard just in case.
It's sold out because people were buying that in droves.
Is it sold out already?
I think so.
Shit. I'll find out after the show, but it's like...
Yeah. Because... Oh, and let's talk about... Okay. Leaving the fact that they look so lame aside for a moment, and the fact that they are short of 2 minis in the kit...
Mm-hmm.
Weapons options are gone.
Oh yeah, they took away the axes.
Boo! They took away the axes.
Boo you! And you gave them spears. It's like, these look like just lamer versions of the Stormcast models. I forgot what they're called, but they're the ones with wings and spears. Those look better.
Prosecutor? No, they're not prosecutors.
Oh, I think they're prosecutors. No.
Oh yeah, they are prosecutors, I think.
Or adjudicators?
No, adjudicators, I think the adjudicators are the... I don't remember. The liberators are the standard rank and file. The secretors are the standard rank and file of the, of the Sanctus Chamber. The vanquishers are the ones with the great swords. I don't remember which ones were the... No, the adjudicators were the ones with bows.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to search up online, but my phone's acting slow.
Yeah, don't worry.
Whatever. But seriously, though, it's like the new AOS, the new Stormcast models with the wings, huh? Those look much better, and I bet people are going to kit bash.
Yeah. I think that the one day after the Torquemada model got revealed and everyone hated it, Duncan released the video how to kit bash. A more proper looking Torquemada. Using, how do you imagine, old Blood Angel parts and Stormcast.
Jeez, that's rough. But you know what? The saving grace is that they made really good Vespids. Like we said earlier. the orange looks so well on them. I can't imagine. I could never imagine that, but the orange looks so good on the new.
They look like those asshole wasps properly.
I'm really thinking, considering them, painting them either blue, like classic blue, or keeping them orange because I think it looks really well. And I need to buy them with crude. I need to buy crude with them.
Yeah, you need to have your Tau auxiliaries, right?
Yeah, because that's part of the charm of Tau.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I do like how they are using Kill Team. Well, partly anyway, to kind of like, bring back some units that are kind of like too singularly unique, but not big enough to justify an entire army out of them. So you want some, and I'm sure that in the Tau Codex, the Vespids will have rules, so you buy a couple of Kill Team boxes of them, and now you have your 2 squads of auxiliaries to have their role on the battlefield. After all, after all, they're auxiliaries. They're supposed to be a supportive force for the Tau anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense. Unless you're Kroot, then you have an entire army for yourself.
Now, Kroot did start off as a kill team.
Yeah. Kroot just started off as a kill team.
Yeah, so maybe there could be more stuff coming for Vespids. Maybe. That'd be interesting if they expanded on it. But honestly,
yeah.
Oh, sorry, but honestly, I sell for like a single squad of kill team Vespids. Like, I think that's enough, really.
Yeah,
because they were always just like one unit within the old army. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. For example, I'm hoping that for example, Night Lord's kill team, that get the truth treatment, and not that they get an entire army for themselves, but they get a full upgrade sprue or a full box to make full Chaos Space Marine squads with Night Lord's looks, or a couple of unique units to themselves, because you want an entire army of Night Lords, not just a kill team, right?
Yeah, because that's technically what it is, though, in Kill Team, or at least in that box. They are technically still Chaos Marines, like vanilla Chaos Marines, but it comes with an upgrade sprue to turn them into like Night Lords.
That's how it is.
I think that's how it is. Because if you look at the poses, yeah. It'll be like, it would be like picking up an upgrade sprue of Dark Angel stuff and turning your, spicing up your Space Marine range. Yeah.
You see, here's the thing. Like, that's actually quite an easy way to, bring variety to the hobby. Doing good upgrade sprues, and the way that they fucked up the Blood Angels is so epically bad. You almost think that the guy that sculpted this wanted to sabotage them.
Yeah, it's almost as if he hated Blood Angels. Like, boo you, sir. Boo this man.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm still baffled, like, that someone saw this and said, and gave the green light to it. And gave the green light. Yeah, I don't like that. No, those will sell.
Oh, but no one says this sucks. Start over.
Yeah.
Give them back their nipples. Give them back their nipples.
Give them back their nipples. Free the nipple.
That boy ain't right.
But yeah, honestly, also the Tempestus, well, they're not Tempestus Science, they're Tempestus Aquilons, right? That's what they call it, right? Yeah. They also look quite good, honestly. I like them.
Yeah, it's like, I find, I'll be honest though, I don't think much on the Scions. Like, there's just not much I really think of them. But them not just, they're not just, they didn't just recreate Scions. They made another unit of Scions named the Aquilus. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, although I must say, give their jump packs back to the Elysians.
Oh, yeah. I think so many people thought that they were going to be Elysians.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like, part of me is kind of like, I mean, I suppose it makes sense that the Tempestus have a jump pack unit because they're supposed to be elites, but that's an entire guard regiment of guys like that. Like, let them have it,
There's even eliter versions of Elysians. They're called Stormhawks? No.
Yeah.
Screamhawks? Fuck, whatever.
Harkoni, Starhawks? I don't remember.
Harkonian Hawks. Let's call them that, right?
Warhawks.
Warhawks. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strange Store made a song of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember. And here, like, and one of the model ranges I'm always worried about, losing its variety is the god. So I'm kind of like, okay, well, give us something other than Cadians.
They hold on, they were doing that. We got nice Deathcore of Krieg, man. Don't you forget on them.
Yeah, but it's just a kill team. It's not an entire army option.
Or unless they do like upgrade sprues for like Vestroyans or something like that.
Yeah. Like it feels partly like they just want to have like just one god army with just the other god regiments represented as auxiliary units, which I would hate.
Oh, and hold on, there's also that one. Shit! They're called the Huns. They're
the Attilan Rough Riders.
Attilan, thank you.
Yeah, Attilan. Well, yeah, but at the same, there's just one unit of them. Like you cannot make an entire army out of them. And here we have the Kroot have an entire army to themselves, while the variety of the god is gone.
They don't have their own codex. They don't have their own codex, but you can build them as their separate army. There's a difference, bro.
Okay, okay, fair enough. I just want the god to regain its variety.
Okay. But
yeah, fair enough.
You know what? We are going to actually wind back on an old topic, but I'm going to make this statement, all right? And we talked about this before, but we're going to bring it here because I got nothing left to lose. Now, so Bretonnia, I actually primed the rest of my Bretonnian knights, and once it's back in stock, I will have a paladin. And that paladin is going to mean something because it's going to be the only female knight in the whole force. So it means something that she's the only female knight, and it means something that she is kind of like a Joan of Arc clone. I don't like when now for Old World they decide, you know what, half of the knights of Bretonnia are also women now. So we are going to talk about that topic, huh? So why don't you like the female Bretonnian knights, Hubrecht? Do you want to start things off so I don't look like an incel? Yeah, you hate female knights. I hate metallic wings. So we're even on stuff we hate.
Okay. Look, I'm not gonna go like, I'm not gonna go apologizing for anything, really. I
didn't say apologize. I did not say apologize, but I don't like what they did for Bretonnia.
Yeah, how do you think I feel? So I recently read Lords of the Lands.
Mm-hmm.
I hated it. I hate it.
Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you.
It since the time you released.
This book was worse than COVID. If you were if you were any other YouTuber, you'd be like, "Oh, this book was worse than monkeypox." AVGN wannabe.
This book fucking sucks. Okay, so I read Lord of the Lands. I hated it. I hated the fact even more that I actually spent extra money on it and got the limited edition on it.
That's your mistake.
Basically, as anyone who has heard me talk with Lewis before, or talk with Badger before, or interacted with me, it's no secret that I love knights. I love everything to do with knights, the concept of knighthood and chivalry and crusaders and paladins. I love it. I'm planning to buy a dog and name him after one of the paladins of Charlemagne. That's how much I like knights. And so one of the reasons that I love knights so much, not only because they're epic and awesome and badass, is the fact that chivalry is supposed to represent the highest attainable form of manly virtue. You know, like that's what chivalry is supposed to represent. Mm-hmm. And for those who have actually studied how chivalry actually worked in its historical context and how, understand this too. So, as someone who knows a lot about the subject, I normally do not like when in fiction, when knights are turned either into women or knights are, just like anyone can become a knight, men and women alike, because chivalry is supposed to be, about manly virtue. So I normally do not like that. I will begrudgingly accept something like in Game of Thrones with Brienne of Tarth when it's written well, but generally as a rule, it's a trope I do not like. It's a trope I do not like. To me, it would be like having female Amazons. It's not supposed to be that. That's not how it's supposed to go.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, what?
What was that? The female what?
Sorry. To me, it would be like having male Amazons.
Oh, that's what you said.
It's not supposed to be like that,
Why not? It's fiction. Why does it bother you so much?
And here's the thing. So by reading by reading that book, in that book, not only are there female knights, but it's not like 1 or 2 or 3. Half of the knights in the book are girls.
Yeah, I know. 50-50. Gotta make it equal.
50-50. And I'm like, and everyone just shrugs it off as there always been female knights.
There's no like war in Bossing say.
Yeah, there's no war in Bossing.
Loves you.
There always been female custodians. We know that that's not because, previous law contradicts the fact.
I talked about this already, Merv.
Yeah, I know.
I know you have hyper autism as I do, but let's focus on the Bretonnia subject, okay?
I know. And here's the thing. Other than, for some reason, even though previous Bretonnian lore tell us that they were very strict on, the traditional roles of the sexes in Bretonnia, suddenly deciding that half the fighting force are women and one of them is disabled, by the way.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Are we talking about wheelchair disabled? What are we talking about?
Oh my gosh. Wait. No, did I imagine that? I don't remember. But I remember someone crippled. Well, whatever.
Okay, but let's stick to one thing. So
yeah, let's stick to one thing. I got confused. Anyway, and a lot of those female knights are already Pegasus knights, and the female knight par excellence in Bretonnian lore, or the closest equivalent to it, used to be Réponse de Lyon, which was, basically Warhammer Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
So,
what? I'll ask this. Was he made for something just for Total War? Because I just don't know anything about her.
No, she was part of. She did have previous lore. She pretty much had. She pretty much was a peasant girl chosen by Lady of the Grail to aid Bretonnia in its time of need, and had a paladin that was a protector that was called Henry Lamassif. So, no, she did have previous lore. And, the worst part of that is that by being Pegasus Knights, and Réponse being previously the only, female knight or dame, or whatever you want to call them, that existed in lore, these, these characters from this really, forgettable book, they already surpassed Réponse in every way, way possible.
Because let me say, because when you make a huge emphasis that Bretonnia is this backwards nation compared to others, where it's very patriarchal, they treat their peasants horribly, there's no such thing as rights when it comes to peasantry, and they have a huge emphasis on knighthood, like you say, which certainly was abused, and they would abuse, but then go out and say, but also they treat their women equally, and they have an equal chance to be knights, because this world also has to reflect the one we live in today.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm saying,
let me finish. What I'm saying is that you can't have both.
Yeah. Like
Immersion breaker.
Yeah, it's an immersion breaker, and I'm like, here's the and I'm like, and here I'm thinking, wasn't Warhammer Fantasy supposed to be dark fantasy? Like, not having equal opportunities, it's kind of like a staple, a staple of that. So, this place is so horrible. Hey, but we have equal opportunity, right? Eh?
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like you're hopeful. I'm hoping I don't like go into the direction of turning this into Dungeons and Dragons, because like it's generic now, another generic fantasy setting. Because one of the things about Warhammer Fantasy was that it was grimdark. Okay, not 40k grimdark, but it was stark fantasy, and that's what gave it its spice. By turning it into a Dungeons and Dragons clone, it's a Dungeons and Dragons clone.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Women fighting in the Bretonnian army could have worked if they just got a bit more creative with it. Give more emphasis to the Grail, to the Grail maidens, the priestesses and sorceresses of the Lady of the Lake. Give them units,
or
something,
or what they could have done, nymphs.
Yeah,
river nymphs.
I know what you mean. I know what you're gonna say. Say it.
What? No, river nymphs.
Oh, river nymphs. Yeah, I thought you were going to say that idea we had for the Tarask.
Yeah, I said Tarask. Yeah, I gave that idea before, like a maiden controlling a Tarask. Yeah, to fit with the mythology. Yeah. It
feels like a huge missed opportunity, and it's like really, really shoved in. Like if it was done with a bit more finesse, I could have begrudgingly accepted it, but they didn't even bother. So, yeah, I do not like it.
It's just...
Call me what you want, I do not like it.
Yeah, it's like, unintentionally or not, you did, like, kill off what made that Joan of Arc clone an interesting character in something like Bretonnia. So, I can't remember her name for the life of me. I just don't know her that well. Rapunzel. Thank you. Intentionally or not, you took away some of the value that made Rapunzel interesting, because you made her other knights before her, more of a higher position than her.
Yeah, because basically
you took away what it meant for her to be the female Bretonnian knight.
Yeah, basically.
So one last thing. That's what I'm going to do with my force, where it's like the one female knight in the army, and so that she has the same sort of thing as Rapunzel, because it means something that sees the peasant girl become a knight.
Yeah, something like that I could roll with, but like this, suddenly always allowed, everyone to become a knight, and I'm like, yeah, no, we know that's not true. We know that's not true.
And now people are going to use this against us on Twitter.
Yeah, probably, but honestly, I don't care. It's never been secret my distaste for the she-knight trope.
It's like, I'm retired the channel anyways, why does it matter?
Yeah, I know. And like I said, it's not anything. This is not something that I've ever hidden. I've always spurned the concept of the she-knight in fiction. Like, you guys, audience, that it's okay to have monogendered factions. No one is complaining that the Night's Watching
we don't want it. It has to reflect us. Right? No, I want female space marines. Give me that now, or we boycott. Now, I'm not saying
makes them interesting. It's interesting,
but I'm not saying boycott Old World. You can still do with it what you want, and I'm doing what I want with my Bretonnia force. Okay?
Yeah, I bought some.
If you kill off fantasy again, that'd be funny. That'd be funny for me if you do it again out of spite. It's like, oh yeah, you sure showed me.
Oh, the end times came 200 years early.
Yeah, but then again, it's like, I think more people are interested. Oh, I shouldn't say this. More people like AOS. I said it. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, here's the thing, like, about AOS. AOS has grown on me, even though I do believe that right now, rules-wise, Old World is the best game that GW has rules-wise.
Okay.
Yeah, but honestly, at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed in the Old World because it's just giving us new rules for things that already were there, and there's actually very few new minis or things like that.
It's the genie's lamp. It's the genie's lamp. You wanted Warhammer Fantasy and everything that goes with it. So that means models old as dirt.
Yeah, I know. GW.
It's like, what are we going to do? It's like, that's what you wanted, huh? Unchanged Warhammer Fantasy and everything that goes with it.
Yeah. Metal minis and all.
Yeah, you could probably put them on a slingshot and kill someone.
Probably. Well, what can you do?
Well, one thing you can do is not make 50 plus videos still ranting about it. It's like, go, whoa.
Yeah, I know.
That's equally as bad, but hey, I did it once. I do it at least once. I ain't no gimp.
Once or twice is fine, but it's been, 8 years now? 9?
9 years of what?
Since, since Fantasy died.
Oh, shit. It's been that long. Shit.
Okay, let's see. AOS is on its 4th edition. Its edition lasts 3 years, so yeah, almost 9 years. Reaching to 10.
Okay.
Here's the thing I'll give AOS credit for. The designs are fucking are creative and they're fucking great. I love them. I want a new Skaven box. I want the new Stormcast. I hope they release a Vanguard box soon because I want them both. They look awesome.
Yeah, it's like, I'm seeing my Stormcast models right now and they are such awesome. I can't wait to paint them.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, and also the Skaven Force I have. Yeah, I want a Hellpay Abomination. I want that for the Skaven.
Yeah, that's like the only disappointing thing about the Skaven release, that there's no equivalent of that yet.
Sort of. There is like a new Clan Molder monster. It's called the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's literally like a giant Frankenstein Skaven. It's like it has like 2 heads and stuff. It's gross.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they revealed this not so long ago, actually. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But this can slide into AOS because I never had a proper conversation about this, right? It's about Lizardman Seraphon.
Oh yeah.
You know why I like them so much?
Aztec aesthetic.
Yes, because Deadliest Warrior got me into Aztecs.
Yeah, I'm also tempted to. I've also been tempted for a while to buy, a Seraphon force. But to be honest, I'm kind of like have too many unpainted minis right now. So kind of like I need to save up some money. I can buying things and not painting them. I need to, drain my gray tide first.
Yeah, mostly my stuff is primed and half painted.
Yeah,
light gets in the way.
Hopefully, with that store that opened recently, I will be able to have someone to paint with.
Right, and I'm actually interested in asking you about this because sometimes we talk about this back and forth, and still talking about the Aztecs. You say you have some not issues with people who are interested in Aztec culture, but it's like I've been told you have thoughts on them, yeah?
Yeah, here's the thing, and I've said this to you and I said this when we were talking with Badger last time. Well, no, the first time that we had Badger in. Every time I talk about the Aztecs, I'm very unfair to them, and I shouldn't be because I studied history. I know what it's like to people having wrong incorrect thoughts about an historical period that not reflect reality.
Right.
Yes, the whole Aztecs were psychopaths that sacrificed thousands and thousands of their own people to the demon gods. it's not entirely inaccurate per se, but it did have its nuances, and I will admit that I am being unfair to them. However, that's because that's kind of me, pushing back against, childhood trauma in a way. Because every time in school we were taught about the Aztecs, we were thought about the Aztecs as, the greatest civilization of all time. The Aztecs were the great civilization of all time. Almost ancient aliens level of, the pyramids could fly. They were more advanced than everyone else.
But then everything changed when the Spaniards attacked.
Yeah, which, we know that that's not true. They were an impressive civilization. As all of them, I do believe that every civilization has something to report to to mankind's history. And I even told Badger this, even though I'm not exactly the biggest fan of the Turks. I know that the Ottoman impressive civilization.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Aztecs, like, imagine having these crackpot theories about the Aztecs being the greatest thing ever, almost being able to shoot lasers out of their
pyramids,
out of their eyes, and then constantly saying how evil the Spaniards are for defeating them.
It's like, come on, you were telling me one time they had this cabinet or something of skulls. What was it called?
It was kind of like a rack.
Yeah, it's like that's metal. That's corn as fuck.
Yeah, it's corn as fuck. But here's the thing: there's two issues with that. First off, if they were so awesome, how did they got trounced by some? But the lesser Spanish as I normally got taught.
Gunpowder. That's
Gunpowder. Yeah, gunpowder, and not having the correct antibodies.
Oh,
and
also tribes, and also tribes turning, neighboring tribes turning against you.
Neighboring tribes turning against them. And the other one was, why are we speaking Spanish then?
Oh.
Yeah, why are we speaking Spanish if all the guys were so off? Why are we still speaking their language? And the teacher would normally tell me something about the lines of, I was like in primary school, right? So I was kind of like, don't question the teacher. The teacher knows.
It's kind of funny how we have there's
more than you do. And so it's kind of like every time I badmouth the Aztecs, it's kind of me, responding back to the teacher.
It's kind of funny how there's white Mexicans who would say, I'm actually part Aztec, and then you have brown Mexicans being like, I'm part conquistador.
Yes, but to be fair, the way that ethnic work back in this place, those two statements may not be completely off the charts. It's at least more likely than your average. I'm 1% Hispanic in the US, so that means I'm an Aztec.
Oh yeah,
I'm an Aztec eagle warrior.
Oh no, it's Jaguar Warrior. Yeah, Taurus.
Yeah, you Taurus. And here's the thing. With Seraphon and the Aztec aesthetic to them, something I do like is how much they've seamlessly integrated the whole, the Aztecs and the rest of the Mesoamerican cultures and city-states also had him, but the Aztec wind god Quetzalcoatl, the winged serpent of the wind. The feathered serpent of the wind.
Yeah, he's a thing in the Seraphon still.
The Seraphon are all serpent themed, sort of, by being reptiles, right?
Oh, for them being reptiles, yeah.
Yeah,
and also just fit on with the whole dinosaur thing that they have going on.
Yeah. And,
wait. Yeah, it does work because feathered serpents, dinosaurs these days are considered feathered. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Holy shit, I didn't consider that. I didn't consider that. Shit. Yeah.
Mind blown.
Also, when you say Mesoamerican, I'm thinking like Emperor's New Groove.
I mean, yeah, Mesoamerican is kind of like an area that goes from the mid part of Mexico down to Central America. That it's kind of like a cultural zone, basically. I don't know if it reaches Peru though.
Okay, moving on, because I'm Canadian. I don't really look into this stuff. Anyway,
where's the snow? Where's the snow?
It snows later now these days. But let me actually say this, because this is actually interesting, because this is almost my interpretation of Seraphon, lizardmen, why they're dinosaurs, if you're interested.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, you told me about the winged serpent, and yeah, now knowing that, it explains so much, especially with the newer stuff. But I have this theory that because the lizardmen / Seraphon are like star readers, like they read signs from the stars, it would fit them being dinosaurs, because they could have like read when the meteorite would strike, and the meteorite would kill off the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And because they're so close to the meteorite, struck in the coast of Mexico, it would explain why they're also Aztec themed. That's my logic.
Yeah, I do see what you mean by that. And here's the thing, the whole feathered serpent thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the nicer Aztec gods, to the point that there's I cannot confirm this, because I always found this whole thing iffy. But there's this kind of like belief out there that when the evangelizers started to preach among the natives,
mm-hmm.
they kind of like took Quetzalcoatl and started to they pretty much talked well of him, because he was a god that kind of didn't like the human sacrifice part. So the whole thing about Seraphon being a ordered aligned faction kind of like could be tied to the whole dinosaur theme in a way, you could say.
Okay, yeah. And I'm actually disappointed that one of the newer Seraphon models, like I'm surprised they didn't have a thing where it's like he's holding a human hearts.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice. Well, it could be a Skaven heart, they hate the rats a lot.
Makes sense, but then again, I don't think it's much of a sacrifice if it's a rat.
Well, it's their sworn enemy. I would believe that will count a lot for something, right?
Gracier heart, maybe. That'd be as fitting.
Oh, a Gracier heart, yeah. That would definitely check out. Oh, by the way, talking about Graciers, is Thankul still alive in AOS?
He's still alive, yeah.
Oh.
There's an audiobook. There's an audiobook where he fights Gotrek, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but what happens is that
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but this is not a spoiler, but he runs away from him, and Gotrek goes into berserk mode and says, "I will find you across any of the mortal realms. I will find you.
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker!
You can't escape me!
Right? I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!"
I listened to that line so many times on the VHS. I repeated the line, and my dad's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's like, nothing.
But it was definitely like that, wasn't it?
Almost, yeah. But seriously though, I really do like the new Seraphon stuff, and yeah, the new kind of like how they borrow like the newer look on dinosaurs. Yeah, it's interesting seeing like the more feathered stuff.
Avian look to dinosaurs, you mean?
Yeah, the more feathers and stuff.
Yeah. It does make sense. Feathered has, in Aztec high society.
Makes sense too. Yeah,
very valuable. They were considered a kingly gift.
That's right. I forgot about that, and that's stuff I haven't considered. It's more deep than I thought.
Yeah. Here's when Cortez, started to arrive. The different groups started giving him tribute.
Mm-hmm.
And they
say that I'm a god. That's what I am.
No, that's actually, funny enough, that's actually a myth. They never believed he was a god, or at least it's highly contested that they thought, they're the gods return. That's kind of like a contested thing, but most of the consensus seem to think that no, that they didn't actually think that.
I'm referencing El Dorado.
Yeah, I know you're referencing El Dorado, and I love that movie too. I'm just saying.
When can I get my own Aztec girlfriend? Jeez.
Chill, it was. I'll say this about that movie. Chill is.
It's like, damn, she's baking.
Yeah, that's baking. But here's the thing: like they gave Cortez, tribute, and among the tribute was quetzal feathers, and those are very rare. They're very birds are endangered now, but they were considered one of the highest gifts you could give. You could get someone like a kingly gift.
Holy shit! I just thought of this. Clan Pestilence, Skaven invading Lustria, and the Seraphon. Fuck, that's in reference. You could make that to a reference to, the native Aztecs dying from plague.
Yeah, you could totally make that.
Holy shit! I just thought of that.
And if it's not a comparison that I like very much because I prefer the conquistadors, but to be fair, it does seem to reference that a bit like do a bit of that reference. Although to be fair,
like smallpox.
There were imperial colonies in Lustria, if I remember.
There are. There's other colonies across Lustria. Yeah, but still, though, it's like if you want to make a this probably was not their intent, but you could say that Clan Pestilence invading Lustria was kind of like the smallpox.
Yeah, probably.
It just fits so well because Lizardmen are Aztecs, the Clan Pestilence, Skaven of all things. It's like, fuck, that's such a connection that I just thought of.
The iceberg grows deeper.
It's like, fuck, the Lizardmen are deeper than I thought. Oh, this is cool.
And here's the thing. It's funny because the Lizard, as an individual faction, it's kind of, as far as I know, it's kind of difficult to write stories about them in the way that the Lizardmen do not have that much going in terms of individual personalities, do they?
Yes, or at least from my know, that seems to be a case. But in the same sort of Godtrek AOS audio drama I was telling you about, there is a Lizardman character that he's very against Godtrek because you go against the Great Plan. There's a huge emphasis on that. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there's also that big frog thing that people can gave the person of Guru from Dragon Ball Z Hubrecht, where it's like, no. The mushroom goblin stole the TV. It's like, oh god damn it, Grandpa.
I would think that that personality fits the Slan very.
Yeah.
Oh, Java the Hot, that could fit them too.
Oh shit, do they have like a elf girl slave? Fuck.
It's like, I would think that would be like a Slaneshi worshipper or something.
Now, hold on. If it's a Slaneshi worshipper, they would enjoy it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, yeah.
Oh, that sounds horrible for me to say.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that sounded so wrong.
That's fine. Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
But okay.
You don't want to get cancelled.
Cancel me for what else can you do? The channel's retired anyways. But you know what? I think we will. This is a weird way to end off or nearly end off the show, but I'm going to ask you this before we get to the Q&A part because I really want to talk about this in a podcast of some kind, but I don't know when I'm going to do this. So might as well do it now. Get it over with. You're at Broska, yeah?
Yo, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Listen,
Audience.
can I explain? Go
ahead.
All right. So I didn't read the original story at first. I listened to the Meat Canyon and Wendigoon talk about it in Creepcast.
And when they were narrating the story near the end, I was like, fuck, this is messed up. It's like the kind of messed up where it's like you think about it because it bothers you so much. And listening to the radio theater version of it, it's like, fuck, this makes it even worse. And it's like, this is such a good horror story. And it's unfortunate because it's also horrible. And it's like, fuck, I feel like I need to take a shower.
Yeah, here's the thing. I found out about Borowski's existence through Creepcast. I love that show. I love Meet, I love...
yeah, that's what I'm listening to.
Papa Meet. But here's the thing. I've had heard so many good things about how much of a good story it was that I wanted to read it for myself before, listening to the podcast, because, you kind of laugh along with them because,
especially when one of the characters, Kyle, was being a dude bro at his girlfriend's wedding. It's like, hey, Kimber, what's wrong? And it's like, really? It's like, oh, shit. I mean, fuck.
Mom committed suicide. Hey, are you alright?
You go to your girlfriend's mom's funeral and ask her, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Are you feeling alright?
It's like, no. Stupid fuck. Like, oh my god, what happened? Did someone else die?
Why are you crying? Why are you crying? You women are so emotional.
Oh, she died 3 weeks ago.
Get over it. Well, but so I kind of wanted to read it for myself because, I got told by many mutuals to, oh no, you should, read it for yourself first. So I was like, okay, fine. And fuck.
Yeah.
The most horrifying thing about it, okay, I must say, first off, the story is very well written and it uses red herrings correctly.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yes. I kept thinking about, okay, what is the skin men? What the hell is, what is even Borowska? And the whole thing is, the truth about it is just staring you in the face the whole time and you never notice until it's revealed. And when they did, it kind of all clicks together and you're like, kind of like, fuck, it was in my face the whole time. Bravo. Bravo.
It's like that scene in Batman Arkham City where Joker tells Batman, how do you keep a secret from the world's greatest detective? Well, it's simple. You put the evidence right in front of them underneath their nose and wait.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
But
it's the entire time.
And
the most... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And maybe I'll tell the audience this. If you don't know, we'll keep this like very short, but Borowska is as Hubrecht would say, online horror story. Not to dive too deeply into this, it does involve human trafficking and of how it's written. It really does bother you because of how realistic it is. It's not a spoiler if I say it's about human trafficking. It's written in 2015. You have your chance to read it, but of how they handle the subject.
You're slow. It's not our fault.
Yeah, it's of how they handled, writing about it. It's, I think it was done in such a way where it doesn't come off as a weird fetish.
Yeah,
that's what happens sometimes. You try to write something about like something what happens in Borowska, because a lot of time it can come off as weird.
Yeah, and here's the thing: the most horrifying thing is not only how realistic it is. Part of you kind of imagines that something similar is happening somewhere. Like it's so realistic that you can imagine that definitely someone has thought about this before. Some sick fuck out there has thought about this before.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like, as you say, it's one of those stories that you kind of like feel like you need to go take a shower, after you finish reading.
Or it's like, Charlie from Has Been Hotels. He's like, everyone can be redeemed. And it's like, well, here's, what's his name? Sam, his father. It's like, can he be redeemed?
Sam's father, like, can he be redeemed? Yeah, no, fuck Sam's father. Fuck him.
Like, so why may he be in hell for Mr. Well, what's Sam's last name?
I don't remember.
It starts with W.
Willard, I don't know. Williams, I don't know.
Okay, sir. Well,
Mr. W. Let's say that. So what got you into hell, Mr. W? Well, I wrote a song about it. Oh, you don't need to. I sold my car to Brosco and beep, beep, beep. And it's like, oh.
I was part of a human farm.
Oh, fuck. Of how you said it, dude. Oh, fuck. Fuck.
I mean, that's what it is at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. Especially how they reference it to the staples. It's like, fuck.
Oh,
fuck. I want to shoot myself.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I don't know. But I mean, that's what it is. But,
I might have to edit that out because of YouTube, but fuck. But you know what? Can I say something?
Do it. It's your show.
Yeah, right. So, if there were to be like some kind of TV adaptation of this, I think HBO would be like the best producers for this. It
needs to be HBO. It needs to be HBO.
Because I'll tell you,
it needs to show the entire whole unadulterated process of of what it is. I mean, okay, it doesn't need to be show us the whole.
Don't show us the actual thing that Mr. Prescott does, but showing like the horror of it is best done if it's HBO.
Yeah.
Not like but here's the thing, if it was done by Amazon, then Kimber and Kyle. Here's the thing, if it was done by Amazon. If Amazon did a show of Baraska, what would happen is that Kyle and Kimber, because they're both white and red-headed, that would mean that in Amazon's logic, they're black. Why am I wrong?
Netflix too.
Yeah, Netflix too is like, yeah, you're white and red-headed. You're going to be black.
The implication of making the characters, black in Baraska of all things.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. That's not what I was intending. That's not what
I know.
That's not what I was intending. Fuck you. That's not what I was implying. No, because there was a guy on YouTube. He was playing God of War, Ragnarok, and when he saw Kratos' wife, it's like, white and redhead. It's like, okay, so you're going to be black in the Netflix show. They did this with Witcher. They did this with Witcher too. There was this one character that was white and redhead, but he's black in the show.
Well, you know that the red ginger genocide is real.
Not even ginger. It's like proper redheads, not soulless.
Yeah, no, redhead genocide is like, for some reason the ones that always get Netflixed are the ones that are always the redheads for some reason.
Or it's like the main character doesn't show up in much of the show. That's called The Witcher.
It's a Batman show. What the hell is Batman?
Or no, a He-Man show, and there's little He-Man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought it was gonna be He-Man.
Oh, fuck streaming services. Honestly, man.
Now, excuse me, I gotta go re-update my Netflix.
Honestly, I've been actually thinking about canceling it because I don't remember the last time something I really enjoyed.
Yeah, but I've been watching Tires on it. It's really good auto show.
Yeah, okay. I believe you. I mean, you're the garage man. You tell me.
It really fits well with auto shop culture. It's funny.
That's Louis is me. It's like, that's literally me.
It is.
It's literally me.
However, with that, I think we've reached a good point where we can do the one last Q&A if you're interested.
Shoot.
All right. So I'm going to start things off with Badger's question. How the other co-hosts of the show, right? It's been an honor, lads. Here's some questions for you both. So he asked one about Vespids, and we already shared our thoughts on them. So I don't think there's much more we can talk about, revisiting that question since we did share our thoughts. But his second question is, with AOS trumping newer 4AK stuff, what are some models you would like to see from the Mortal Realms?
Okay,
that's a nice.
Honest? Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah. Can I start things off?
Yeah, go ahead. Your show.
It is my show. It has my name. Give Sigmar a model.
Oh, controversial.
No, it's like Sigmar. Yeah, the game is named after him. All the other major gods have their own models, and they're on the battlefield. So where's Sigmar?
Here's the thing, though. If Sigmar has a model, what's stopping us from having Korn, Slanesh, Nurgle, and Sinch models?
No. Let me explain, because those are ethereal beings. Because there's models of Morathi, there's models of Teclis, there's models of
Alariel.
Alariel, yes, thank you. Those are gods in AOS, so there's nothing stopping them from doing Sigmar since he's on the same field. Sigmar was mortal as them. And if you think about it, for Slanesh, there's technically twins in the army that represents her. Like, the most highest of demons that there exists within the Hedonites of Slanesh are, the literal spit and mucus of Slanesh. That's in lore. That's lore, actually.
Slanesh bathwater.
Oh, fuck. It smells like cheese.
Yeah.
That boy ain't right. Anyways, yeah, Sigmar, give him a model.
I mean, I would really, really like it, but at the same time, what is your logic for, Sigma? We gave Sigma a model, but what's your logic from stopping us from having the models of the Chaos God, in the flesh? What's your logic stopping that?
Because Sigmar is in the flesh. He's an actual walking around being, whereas Korn, we're talking about like a cosmic entity of thoughts and patterns. There's a difference.
So the gods that have minis are like little G gods, and the gods that do not have them are big G gods. You would say?
Let's call it like that. Like the Chaos Gods would be ethereal beings, like primordial beings, and Greek mythology terms. Whereas characters like Sigmar and Morathi are more like the Olympians. Yes.
Right. Okay. I could when I explain like that, I could see it. I could actually see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So,
and have Sigmar ride a new Deathclaw. A Deathclaw.
That would be sick. Like Sigmar needs to come with a mount. Yeah. I will say that. I would like to. Okay, I've said it before. I would like that there's that there's a new faction that's kind of like a Neo Bretonnia, like with knights, proper knights, not just the Stormcast. But what about the Flesh Eater Corps? Shut up, Badger. Fuck off.
Oh no, it still works well, but you could.
It's worked well, but I'm tired of that joke.
What we're tired of? You mean Age of Sigmar?
Age of Sigmar? Well, okay, that's.
You mean Age of Sigma?
Age of Sigmar's fine. It's fine. I still like fantasy's aesthetic a bit more, but it's fine. It's come a long way. But leaving aside the one I talked before for a moment, I would probably say that I would like. This is actually difficult. What do I want? Because on the one hand, is there any old factions from the old world that are yet to still be represented in Age of Sigmar that you think are missing that could enrich the setting?
There actually is. It's like so there's the Daughters of Cain, right? They're witch elves, they're witches of Morathi, but there's not exactly a proper dark elf army in AOS.
Yeah.
And because Melchior is now called Malarion in AOS, and he is a ascended god in AOS, hasn't been a proper, and there is the potential of doing proper AOS dark elves. Like take Warhammer Fantasy dark elves, but make them even more darker, like darker dark elves.
Yeah, I get that. I would actually say I would like no, that's already been done. Damn, I cannot make up my mind. I have like 3 different options, and I cannot
Then
really
just
make
pick
up.
one. We got other shit to do.
Yeah, I know. I no.
This is called dead air, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I know. Cannot make up my mind other than the one that I already said. Like a Bretonnia inheritor faction.
Yeah, sure. Like they're originally from Gyran, and yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely like that. Oh, I think I know.
What's that?
Chaos Dwarves.
Oh, yeah. AOS Chaos Dwarves. That would work well.
Yes.
We have so many.
Love that.
We have so many elf armies in AOS. There's no reason not to do a third dwarf army.
Yeah. Also, I would revamp a bit of the Fire Slayers because I like how they look, but they look very samey. And I like
they need more stuff besides dwarf and axe. Yeah, we talked about that once. Yeah, it's like we need like a Fire Slayer golem.
Yeah, like make them like. Here's the thing: like more than dwarf and axe, take advantage of the fire theme a bit more. Maybe
flamethrowers.
I don't know. Someone shooting a fire vortex or
more different kinds of salamanders or the creatures they ride on. Yeah.
Magmadroth, I think they're called.
Yeah, they're called that. It's just they're salamanders. That's what they are.
Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah, but
I can't believe you're the one who's doing the actually.
Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got something on my. But yeah, I would say that Chaos Dwarfs, or an equivalent of the Chaos. For me, the ones that I would choose are either Bretonnia Inheritor faction or a Chaos Dwarf Inheritor faction. Something like the next step on that road.
Yeah, it would be really cool if there was like a demon prince of Chaos Dwarves, and he's like
demon prince of Hashut, something like that.
Yeah, like he's like half bull. It would be really cool, like a
Minotaur and on steroids.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like a dwarf Minotaur with like a Chaos Dwarf style beard.
Like the Arcadian beard.
Yeah. Now that would be sick. I would love that.
That would be sick. And here's an interesting question. Do you think your time in the hobby has changed either of you much as a person? If so, in what way do you think it has?
That's deep.
Yeah, I will certainly say that with something like this, it's especially doing something like podcasts and talk about Warhammer, it really like helped me become creative, or at least with something like creative writing. So because something like 40K and AOS provides so much, paint for you, and it provides so much, wide of a sandbox, it really does encourage you to be creative. And the creativity that people can make out of something like 40K or AOS, it is limitless, and you really do have fun creating your own stuff. Yeah. Especially when it comes to painting.
Yeah, honestly, I agree. I agree. That's on point, really. Yeah. To be like, I do think it has helped me be more creative. I never written down anything on my life. I want to write stories now. Ever since I started going to 40K, I got into 40K and I really kept thinking about, oh, this is a good idea for an army. Oh, this is a story. Oh, this is a good idea for a character. Right? So it has allowed me to get more creative. But what it has actually helped me be more social.
Oh,
because here's the thing. I was never an antisocial person. Like, I was never, had a hard time socializing. But I was never really I was never really active on it. Like, I never really took the first step on things. So I think that what the way the hobby has changed me for the most part is that it has made me more social. Like, anything that Like, if there's something that I have to thank Warhammer for, that it's not, the awesome minis, the cool lore, the books, or, any merch or anything like that, is definitely that it has made me more proactive on being social. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, I've never been an antisocial person, or the contrary, but it has made me proactive in it. Like, I take the initiative on things. So, new people, what's your favorite army? What's your favorite book? What's your favorite color scheme? Hey, what do you like? What do you see? Things like that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's especially made me more social, because I wanted to talk about people,
Yeah, and it's funny because, like the stereotype, the negative stereotype of the people that into this kind of hobbies are, like smelly basement dwellers, and here we are talking about, Warhammer has made me more social.
Yeah, exactly. It got people interested in wanting to make videos about this kind of stuff,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You're one of my best friends, you're one of my best friends, so you live in Canada. We've never met face to face.
Exactly.
Just one of my best friends, and he lives on the other side of the ocean.
Exactly. That's an awesome part about Warhammer. It's like, it got me, talking to people across the world. It's fun and cool.
Yeah. It has united us, like let's talk about what unites us all. Xenophobia.
And here's a fun question. What are some of your favorite highlights of the podcast throughout its life? Now, that's a fun question.
Yeah.
How about you go first? Because I'm not sure what to say yet, but you give your thoughts first.
Okay. Basically, the last church video, which is when we actually made the first thing we made together.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we had a talk with Badger as well. Your podcast with Colin from Cold Open, that you said that he talked like Ben Shapiro. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah, fuck that one. Yes.
Oh yeah, shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah, I love that one. I love that, dude. Like, Colin talks like Ben Shapiro, and I was like, wait, what? Listen, wait for it until you listen to the show. And I was like, oh my god, he totally does.
and I'm the idiot that calls him Colin, not Colin. Fuck.
It's Colin.
I was like, fuck.
If you listen to this, Colin, I'm joking, man. It's a joke.
Or I would say for me, if I could. Oh, sorry. Actually, you go first.
Yeah. Well, I already said mine, but let me pick a couple more.
Okay.
I remember that I liked a lot that one you made with Chrono as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed a lot the one you made with what was the name? I remember a lot that I enjoyed that. You never actually published this because this is back when you were still doing, your theory videos and your what if videos, but that you actually got a Voldemort to voice that Maneos Kalga.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I liked a lot the ones we did with Ineptus.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fun too.
That was pretty fun too.
3-man podcast. That was the first one.
Yeah, 3-man podcast. Ineptus, you and me are the watches, but Badger, you and me are the boys.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, I really enjoyed the one you did with Dusky, because Dusky's always sounded so excited about everything, and I love that.
He was guest number 2 on the show. That's right. It's awesome.
Yeah. We're going down through memory lane.
I think one that was fun and interesting is that I did voice quills for season 3. First.
Yes, that you talked about the Dead Space remake a lot in that one as well. Did you?
The thing is that I just got over COVID with that episode, so I was not fully healed. I was just getting past
welcome
COVID.
to the Lewis Jarvis show.
I was not talking like that. I was just drinking lots of water. Yeah, but I had fun talking about Dead Space, and I really tried doing future episodes with more thumbnails that aren't Warhammer, but I think that's the one video thumbnail that's not Warhammer themed.
Yeah. I really, in the one we did with Ineptus, the rant Ineptus did about the Halo show was glorious, and I mean, because you can tell Ineptus loves Halo, and it was a glorious hatred for that. Crazy Emperor.
I think Metal Man was the longest I did for season 2 because that was 2 hours.
The one you did with Metal, yeah.
But then you and me and Badger, we did one for 3 hours, and
that's milestone, 3-hour milestone, baby.
Yeah, that was something, and you commissioning that art of the 3 of us, that was awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing just popped into my head, like it was like that meme. Like has been floating around for some time, but when I saw it, it was like, imagine us, because you commissioned Svai to make that art of first of you were me and Ineptus around the table, and you
and then there's
Badger, and I was like, imagine that, but with a taco stand theme around the Emperor. So themed around the meme about the Goku taco stand.
But you didn't follow the tradition of having your trims being red, because now we're both gold.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Sorry.
And why did you make Badger Terminator? It's like that goes against the theme. I went with the first wallpaper.
I kind of wanted a Terminator slurping on something. Kind of wanted to look funny.
Yeah, okay, it does. It does though.
Like, imagine imagine the image being, like a badger, just nomming on something.
That'd be even more funny, like Stitch style.
Okay, yeah. Well, how that did he talk like that? That's
yes, he did.
Stitch talk.
I was actually thinking maybe one day I'll get art of the 3 of us in like Death Watch colors.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah,
I still have the fedora.
Oh, you still have the fedora. The show dies, but the fedora never surrenders.
Maybe as a big mood piece, I'll have you're holding the dead body of Jarvis Marine, and his fedora has fallen.
Oh, I remember, this is not part of the show, but remember when I got banned for Twitter just for stating that,
Robin style
has black armor, and that was racist, apparently. So everyone's, you uploaded an image was you like holding Hubrecht's death body, a la Batman.
Yeah, Batman Robin style, something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
The fedora's all burnt. The fedora's all burnt and shit. It's like we're no longer on the air. Oh, he said it.
Oh, you know which one I enjoyed as well?
What?
The one you did with Percy.
Oh, yeah, that was fun, because that was most civil talk on the custodians.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's actually very special to me in a way, because the first person I actually, had a conversation through a mic in the Warhammer community was actually Percy. Like, even before you. Yeah. Like, we talked for hours and hours about, Warhammer and about how World of Warcraft has, its lore has been ruined for a long time. Mm-hmm. It still is, Palladius. It still is. So, it was kind of like the first time I actually managed to talk to someone in that way, because at first I was like, I'm talking to a stranger on the internet. Help me, mother.
And this is probably going to sound bad, but I never got to tell Badger this funny story, right? So, the first episode where I interviewed him?
Yeah.
Right. So I never talked to Badger before doing that episode, and he wanted to, so I guess, to test things out, I guess. I've never did something like that. But basically, when I was talking to him the first time, I was expecting to hear, and this sounds bad, hello, infidel. I know. I was expecting to hear.
To be fair, when you first talked to me for the first time, were you expecting to hear "Hola, señor"? That's what you're expecting.
I was expecting you to not really speak English. It's like,
Hello, I am.
No, speak English.
I speak English. I foreigner. I know. That's bad. I know.
Audience, I'm Mexican. I can make racist Mexican jokes.
I know. With Badger, I was expecting to hear "Hello, infidel." It is said in the Quran that it is said in the Quran that my kidnapped fanboy can become my boy wife. I'm like, what do you mean by that?
He's probably angry with you right now because you're making him sound like an Arab when he's a Turk.
I know. I was expecting to hear Ahmed. Jeff Dunham. I was expecting to hear Ahmed. I know. That's bad. I know. I know. So you surprised me with, hey, hello, mate. Oh, hello, mate. I've been a huge fan of your show.
I'm just saying this. Like, Badger is literally the meme about the Mexican and the Mexican and the white Mexican and the brown Mexican, but with Turk. Like Badger is like paler than I am, and then like I'm Turk. I'm Turk, mate.
They're like, yeah, mate, I'm Turkish. How you know?
Oi, wanna get some kebab, mate?
Or no, in video, I was like, you and Badger would be like, oh, Badger to you would be like, I'm more white than you. I'm blonde hair. You gypsy.
Yes.
Yeah, we joked about that in the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I remember. And like the funniest thing about that, when I've actually met Badger in person, I was like, he told me, like, if you see me, you see my skin color, do you identify me as a Mexican, Latin American? And I remember that it's because it's that you're not brown, you're more pink. And then he started posting, memes of curvy referring to me.
Yeah, but in Britain, it's like if you're pink, that's brown.
Yeah, that's pink, that's brown. You're not white, you're anemic.
And in 1950s America, it's like if you're Italian, you're not white. So technically, and also, if you're Irish, you're not human. So considering that I'm part Irish and Italian, I'm technically mixed species.
To be fair, all the neighbors of the English human by their standard. I remember the first time I talked with Metal, and he's the one that actually sounded like I expected him to sound.
Yep.
Hello, lad. Scotland.
I think I understood.
I love you, Metal brother. I love you.
Yeah, Swan Forge, I think I understood the most in the show. Most Scottish woman ever.
Good times.
So
to be fair, like Ineptus was also accent. He also has his accent. He also has his, his good old Scotland accent, but it's less thick than Metal's.
Wait, no, I'm talking about Swanford. It's like sea Scottish.
Oh yeah, no. Also, Swanee is also Scottish. Like they're all, they all sound Scottish. I went to Scotland. I talked to Scotsmen. I know how they sound. They do have their accents.
And when I was a kid, I never talked to like anyone outside my country before. So when my dad's cousins were, they're Australian, when they came here and they were talking to me the first time, I was like, "Are you guys British?" And they're like, "Oh no, mate, I'm from the land down under."
Crikey.
Yeah. We got a platypus.
Kangaroo. Koala.
Do you want to watch Bluey? Hey, it's a cute show. Moving on.
I know. I like the part where the Black Temper kills them all.
No, he defends them from the furries, the freaks.
Yes, they're not furries. They're a mutant psycho. It's different.
Ooh. Freeze! Bang.
Good times, good times.
Yeah, I saw art where it's like Dragon Ball Z characters interacting with Bluey characters. It's funny. Like Vegeta's trying to work out, and he got Bingo to do the heavy thing, and he's like, "Ah!" Can't lift up because she made the gravity heavy. There's an episode of that.
Yeah, there's an episode of that. I don't know. I'll look it up. Good times, good times.
So I think me and Hubrecht both answered this question simultaneously about our favorite parts of the show. Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think our laughter can talk, speak for itself, right? Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Ooh, but here's a very good question. I think it's great that I saved this for last, right? So, firstly, thank you, Hubrecht, for the Sisters of Battle comic. I enjoyed how immersed within the narrative setting and the story was. So, I guess I don't know much on that.
That's a friend I made in England. His name's Ellis.
Oh, yeah. That's the question I'm reading off of, yeah. Here's a good one. My question is, imagine the hobby in its entirety vanishing. In which other hobby would you go and why? It's like, shit, yeah, I never considered that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Me, probably gaming. Like, I just wouldn't know what else to do, I guess, but I just really don't know. It's like, I'm not interested in card games at all, so I really wouldn't know, like, what am I without Warhammer?
I am nothing. I have nothing. Well, I already game because I still love my games, but yeah, I don't do it as often because I'm kind of more busy with things like RPGs and the hobby itself. But I would probably be collecting Legos.
Yeah, I think I would eventually out of boredom wanting to do something.
I actually have friends that actually are into Legos. Like they have hundreds of them, and when they told me how much expensive Lego sets can get, and I say to them, "You can never criticize me again for spending too much money in Warhammer and saying it's too expensive after you told me that. Never again. You can't, because it's insane."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's insane.
That's exactly the case. Or I don't know. I think I would like try to keep alive Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely go for other systems. There's plenty of good ones that are not Warhammer related or RPG. Or Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry, there's a One Ring.
I know.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Oh, actually, Lord of the Rings. I could start if there was a other company that was doing Lord of the Rings stuff. I think it'd be that.
There's a One Ring RPG, and it's really, really good. Like top-notch quality. Like you should check it out, man.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you should check it out. Top-notch quality.
Yeah, and I also think in GW's history, I think they sold more Urukai models than they did Space Marines at one point.
Really? I know it was popular. The Lord of the Rings game was popular, at the height of, the movies, but I didn't know that was the case. Oh, they're killing it off, aren't they?
Are they?
I've heard. I cannot confirm. I haven't seen, but I've heard something like that.
I think maybe also is a bit time they should do that because I think it lived longer than it needed to be. In my opinion. Like, it's just, there's not really much you can do with it because they made the game to promote the films originally.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't know. I would like they keep making the miniatures because, like, they're kind of good, like, for the, you can use them for the One Ring RPG, buying some Urukai and some Orcs and some Hobbits.
Actually, what would actually be cool, so I would want to do, like, make my own version of a Lord of the Rings tabletop game, but I do not rely on the Jackson films. So it's rely on more original art, but at the same time, it's kind of like a whole different direction with Lord of the Rings. So it's like not relying on the pure Jackson films.
Okay, so would you set it on the Silmarillion era or something like that?
No, like, I mean, it's still set within Lord of the Rings, the story, but it doesn't have the Peter Jackson look.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
yeah, that's fair enough.
so it has its own look to it, its own identity. So it's like, Frol here doesn't look like the actor who played him in the Peter Jackson films.
Right.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Oh, I mean, just just a quick add-on. The whole thing about Legos. My friends that are into Legos told me there's a city in Mexico which has exclusive black market of just Legos because they traffic them from a factory that it's in the city. So there's like a black market of Legos in one specific city in Mexico.
Even in Mexico,
Like,
there's ghetto for Legos.
Comes to Legos.
But with that, actually, I think we've reached the end of the show, actually, and I really have fun time. And is there anything though you'd like to say before we call an end?
Honestly, thank you, Lewis. You kind of given me very good memories, and by allowing me to be part of this show when you invited me, I have been able to make some very great friends through this, and I hope that we continue working together in the future and whatever comes around. Next step, meeting in person. You know it.
We will. And I want to emphasize this point, though. I'm not leaving the internet.
Please come back, Lewis. Don't leave. Oh, you're not leaving.
Yeah, I'm not leaving the internet. I'm just retiring the YouTube channel.
Everyone.
Yeah, I'm just retiring the YouTube channel. I'm not leaving the internet. Like I said, I've said what I wanted to say about Warhammer, and I just felt like there's not really much I can't say about it through podcast style. But here's what I'm saying at this point, right? Here's my point. I just want to say thank you all for being with the channel as long as you have been. And you know what? I had my fun. I had my frustrations. But most of all, like what Hubrecht said, I really got to know some really awesome people through something like this channel. And if there's any contribution that this channel has made, this might sound cliche, but it is me getting to know some really awesome people. And I'm glad that something like this came from the channel. That I got to meet really cool people like Hubrecht here.
Aww, I love you too, brother.
Anytime. And maybe one day I'll come back to YouTube with a new channel and new podcast series. And maybe that's a one day. But in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Take care, everyone.